white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, the little lamb followed her. He followed her to school one day, Mary little lamb followed her to school one day. Mary had a little lamb. Mary had a little lamb. Ba-da-ba-da-da-da. Hi, I'm the I Love Hillary Clinton guy. And whenever I'm not in the Oval Office or working, I'm always practicing my singing.
Come ride a little train going down the track at the junction. Woo, woo! Very cool junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo, woo! Very cool junction. I will return.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Watch for some debris in the roadway on I-10 westbound in the right lane on the Escambia Bay Bridge at milepost 18. We also have an accident in Navarre, Highway 87 at Laredo Street, and slowing on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, a 51-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by the White House Briefing Room Podcast with John Decker.
I'm John Decker. Join me weekdays for 15 minutes of no-spin White House coverage, straight from the press briefing room. Subscribe now to the White House Briefing Room on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Now your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200. News Radio 710. The Uncle Henry Show. Weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Roll, Tide, roll. I guess I'm sick and tired of hearing that. I could scream.
Wonderful town, wonderful people, places to go, things to see. My love is Mobile. That's my wonderful town. Beautiful homes, schools and churches, entertainment, places to shop. My heart's in Mobile. That's my wonderful town. Mobile, the center of transportation. Business and industry set the pace. Mobile's got the Junior Miss celebration. Home of Mardi Gras and Senior Bowl game.
Mobile is great to live in and work in.
The climate's ideal for progress you see. My love is Mobile. That's my wonderful town.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you. I appreciate very much you listening to the Uncle Henry Show. It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure to be here with you. I enjoy spending time with you. I just enjoy showing up here, having the key work, getting into the building, having the air conditioning working, get a little free coffee provided by the employer. Just a wonderful situation. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm bragging. Thank you again for listening to the Uncle Henry Show, and here we are again together, once again, me and you, trying to figure out what is going on in the world around us, and we got plenty to try and figure out. There's so much wild stuff going on. What is going on? We can figure it out together. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. There have been developments. Yes, today there's been some developments in this Big Creek Lake thing, which I couldn't figure out. We'll get to it. Not right now, but we'll get to it. Now, I couldn't figure out why why would the Mobile City Council want to throw some gasoline on this Big Creek Lake issue. We'll get into that later in the hour here on News Radio 710 WNTM, these Big Creek Lake developments. But I wanted to mention to you just some personal business, some personal stuff in my life. I hope you don't mind. I don't know why, but I feel strangely close to you today, you the listener. I don't know why. I just feel like I want to open up to you and be vulnerable with you. You the listener. I just feel some type of connection with you today. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's our years of friendship together, but I want to ask you some stuff. Maybe you can give me some advice. Now, my beautiful wife, yes, I got married back in April. My beautiful wife is celebrating her birthday tomorrow. Yes, indeed. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife, Michelle. Celebrating her birthday tomorrow. But she is one of those type of folks that believes that the birthday should be extended beyond a day and and maybe even more than a week. It's just going to be a lot of birthday talk during the month of September in my life. But happy birthday to my wife, Michelle. What a wonderful woman. But I need your advice here. I need advice from men that have been married a lot longer than me. Now, we just got married back in April. Still newlyweds. Now, you men that have been married for many, many years, my wife has been saying, leading up to her birthday is tomorrow, she's been leading up to this saying, don't get me anything for my birthday. That's what she's been telling me. She's been telling me, don't get me anything for my birthday. Don't buy me anything for my birthday. She's been very firm about this. Very firm about this. Don't give me anything. Don't buy me anything for my birthday. Now, men, is this a trap? Is this a trap? Is this a trap that's been laid? Does she mean it? This is something that I think men that have been married for many, many years might be able to help me with. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. Has a trap been laid? Is this a trap, or does she really mean it? I feel like, disadvantage only being married since April. I don't have all the necessary data to figure this one out. But is this a trap? If I do as I've been told, will it backfire? Or if I go against what I've been told, will that backfire? This is Kobayashi Maru-ish in my life. So if you have any advice for me, please, 251-479-2723. Now, one of the things that we're going to do on her birthday, listen to this. Listen to this. I want to share another personal thing with you. We've been invited to a wedding. We're going to have to go to a wedding. Somebody is holding a wedding when Alabama's playing, Auburn's playing, University of South Alabama Jags are playing. And what is wrong with people? What is wrong with all these weddings on Saturdays during SEC football? What is going on with these people? Is it just bad parenting? They weren't raised properly? Is it almost taught and learned narcissism in our society? What is it? All right, look, maybe I've got some advice here. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello, you are live on the radio.
Hey, Uncle Henry, it's Bambi the barber. How you doing?
I'm doing good. What you got for me?
I've been married twice, 25 years both times, and I can tell you when a woman says that she doesn't want you to buy anything, she doesn't want you to buy anything.
All right, but can I trust you?
Yeah, you can trust me.
Are you sure?
Yeah, but let me tell you why I called. First of all, I've been listening for a long time. I haven't been able to call in for a long time because I'm a full-time caregiver, and whenever I'm listening to you, I'm on the road, and I can't.
All right, lady, I'm sorry. I'm up on the break. Can you hang on?
Yeah.
All right, good. Thank you. Hang on. All right, I'm being told that this is not a trick. This is not a trap. Back with more after the break.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Watch for some debris in the roadway on I-10 westbound in the right lane on the Escambia Bay Bridge at milepost 18. We also have an accident in Navarre, Highway 87 at Laredo Street, and slowing on Highway 59 from I-10 to Gulf Shores, a 51-minute drive. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
This week on Red Pilled America, everyone wants to be rich, but how should we define wealth? To find the answer, we tell the story of an admitted shopaholic and how her obsession reveals the true definition of being rich. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America.
Uncle Henry here with John Hey, YouTube viewers, thank you for looking in on YouTube. I hope all is well in whatever is going on in your life. Going to be back on the radio here in about 4 minutes. One moment, please. I'm trying to bring up YouTube on the desktop computer so I can see who might be looking. But thank you. I appreciate you looking in on YouTube. All right, let me see here. I see 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley, Bama Big Man, Larry Morting, Rob Morris of Mobile Pirate Radio, JD, Pat Nelly. Thank you all for looking in on the program here on YouTube. All right, yes, Romper Room time, only not as satanic as Romper Room. Now, YouTuber's going to be back on the radio here in about 3 minutes. Let me see what I can tell you. Let me look for some weird news for you. I do have another caller waiting to talk as well. Let me see. What can I tell you? Going to be back on the radio in 2 minutes. All right, in Italy. A couple of weeks ago, there was a story, and I think I mentioned it on Facebook or YouTube, about a tourist in Italy who somebody picked her pocket, and because she had, I think it was some Apple device was stolen, she was able to find the person, the pickpocket that stole something from her, and she held the pickpocket by her hair until the police arrived and video of that went viral. So now, Italian pickpockets are suing. Italian pickpockets have filed a complaint accusing people who take the video of stalking. So they're trying to figure out in Italy if it's legal to video a pickpocket getting caught. That is now a thing. Europe, it seems, I know you can sue anybody for anything in the United States of America. It sounds like it's even more of the Wild West with lawsuits in Europe. Let's see. Also, if you look at your smartphone while you're going to the bathroom, medical researchers say that can be bad for your health and can cause hemorrhoids, that if you're looking at your phone while going to the bathroom. This is according to medical researchers. Doesn't that sound like a horrible job to research that particular thing?
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. It's 5:20. Telephone number 251-479-2723, and we've got a lady that has been kind enough to hold on. Lady, thank you for holding. Now, you called in to tell me something.
Yeah, well, before I go on to what I really called about, let me just finish up. Usually when a woman says that to her husband, I can tell you from personal experience, it means that you have taken well care of her and she wants for nothing. So she feels like, you couldn't possibly buy her anything else. She is content. So that is telling you that you have been a good husband.
All right. Well, now, thank you. That's a wonderful thing to hear. That is a wonderful thing to hear. Now, what did you really call about?
This is what I really called about. I have been dying for a year now. Well, ever since you got Walton and Johnson on, I cannot stand that show. I just want to pull my hair out. Those guys are rude, crude, vulgar, and irritating. I hate them. And I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional here. You could put old reruns of Rush on, and I would be happy. Those guys, can you not find something better to put on at that hour? But, I just wanted to get that out there.
I will take your complaint to management, and I don't know that there's anything that will be done, but I will take your complaint to management about Walton and Johnston.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh. It is irritating. And then the other thing I wanted to tell you was, last year you forgot to announce it, and I noticed that this year you have not announced it. But last year you missed Constitution Week. It's the 17th to the 23rd. And you didn't even announce it last year, and I'm calling to remind listeners that there is Constitution Week coming up. It's the 17th through the 23rd.
Okay. Now, thank you for telling me about that. I will make sure that the Constitution gets some respect during Constitution Week.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I called about. Walton and Johnson and Constitution Week.
All right. Well, thank you so much for calling. I appreciate hearing from you.
All right. Well, you have a lovely evening.
You too. Thank you, lady, for your phone call. Walton and Johnston is the morning show on News Radio 710 WNTM. And I believe that. I can't remember the exact adjectives this lady used. I think disgusting. I think irritating. She used that. I think she used disgusting as well. So if you've never heard it, maybe you can check it out and let me know. Is she right? Is the lady right? 251-479-2723, the telephone number. Hello, caller.
Uncle Henry?
Yes, sir.
With all due respect to that last caller.
Yes, sir.
You just got the worst advice that you could get.
Oh, really?
Really. I've been married 40-plus years.
Yes.
To the same woman. And that I wouldn't call that a, what'd you call it? A test?
No, I called it a trap.
No. It's not a trap. It's a test. This is her first birthday since y'all been married,
That's true.
and you need to get her something. And she might actually mean that she doesn't want anything, but when it comes time, she's going to be very disappointed if you don't get her anything. She won't say anything to you, but don't get her something.
Okay. All right. Well, sir, this is what I knew I needed. I needed somebody that had the years. You've put your time in, so you know these things.
I've definitely put my time in. It's a life sentence.
Well, it's supposed to be.
That's right.
All right. Well, sir,
But,
thank you. Any other advice in that arena?
That's it. She'll do it for every holiday. Don't fall for it.
Okay. Sir, thank you very much for your phone call.
No problem.
There he goes. 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. Hello, caller.
Uncle Henry?
Yes, sir.
Have you lost your mind? How trained are you not already?
I don't even.
So the first caller incorrect. Your second caller spot on. So let me just ask you a question. If your new bride looked at you and said, "Okay, really? No, I'm fine." Do you think she's really okay and fine?
No, I do not believe she's really okay and fine.
Yeah, exactly. If she looked at you and said, "No, I'm not mad. It's okay." What is that?
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Look, I'm hearing you. Yes.
Are you catching on?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So here's what you do. Is this her first married birthday with you?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Do you know where Three Georges is?
I certainly do.
Okay. You go get a nice flower arrangement from someplace. You go to Three Georges, you get some chocolate-covered strawberries.
Okay.
You get a nice birthday card and a gift certificate to someplace like Vivian's Nails
Okay.
for a pedicure and a manicure. And you say, "Now, I didn't get you anything. Okay, I didn't get you anything. All I got you was some flowers, some strawberries, and a little opportunity for you to enjoy a spa moment." It's not a present. It's not a gift, right?
That is true. Yes.
Because a gift would be, a canoe.
That is true. Yes.
Boat, a kayak. Yeah, here's it. Now, on the top 10 things you don't want to give her. You ready?
Yes.
A rod and reel.
Right.
Right? Don't give her a rod and reel. And, well, I'll just leave it at that. There are other callers that have probably better advice. But under no circumstances do you come to that birthday empty-handed. As a matter of fact, it needs to be on the kitchen table with a morning cup of coffee, if she indulges in coffee, pre-prepared by you.
Very
Now,
good.
You want the bonus pool, and I'll let you go on this.
Yes,
okay?
please.
All right. Her birthday, you make the bed, you unload or load the dishwasher, and do your own laundry. Now, you're talking to a guy that took his wife to Paris, proposed under the Eiffel Tower at midnight. We've been together 25 years. I'm not crazy. I'm a little bit of a hopeless romantic. But I make the bed every day. I make her coffee every day. I unload the dishwasher, or I load the dishwasher, and I do my own laundry. I am what you refer to as a perfectly trained husband.
All right. But
Now,
probably happily married.
Fully trained. As a result, she lets me have a 21-foot center console and a sailboat.
All right.
and I get to go hunt. I got a bird dog and shotguns. Okay, it's a good trade.
You figured it out.
I'm trying to help you, Uncle Henry.
And you did.
All right.
Thank you so
Three
much.
Georges, gift certificate to Vivian's. You'll be set. It needs to be about $100 though.
All right. I'll keep all of that in mind. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for helping me.
You bet. All right. Bye.
All right. There he goes. All right. This was good. Listeners, thank you for that. I appreciate that very, very much. I know you wanted to hear all kind of political stuff, and there's still time to get into that because the politicians are always screwing things up. That is a constant throughout humanity. All right, we have news headlines coming up, and then more Uncle Henry's show here on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Watch for a crash Navarre Parkway at Thresher Drive. Slow on Highway 59 south from I-10 to Gulf Shores, 49-minute drive. On I-110 to Pensacola Beach, it's a 13-minute drive. I'm Lisa Baque. Follow us on X, Total Traffic Gulf Coast.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
Bobby Bones here. I know everyone's looking to save this summer. Well, at Staples, your back-to-school budget is saved by the button, the easy button. I'm talking supplies as low as 25 cents. I might have to check those out after this. Pencil that in. Staples. That was easy.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Hello, I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. A father and his 3 sons are accused of assaulting a man with their hands, feet, and tree limbs. Mobile police arresting Baron Reeves and his sons Austin, Cody, and Jacob. Police say it happened on Avenue D Monday night. They say there was some sort of confrontation leading up to the fight, but it's still unclear what it was. The victim, who police say the suspects knew, is in the hospital and is expected to live. In Baldwin County, a crash killed a Chickasaw man on Thursday. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency says Thomas Swindle Jr. was killed when the Jeep Cherokee he was a passenger in left the road, hit a tree, and overturned. Swindle died at the scene. The driver was injured and taken to a hospital for treatment. The crash happened on I-65, about 3 miles north of Bay Minette. City officials in Mobile are considering new requirements for long-vacant downtown buildings. They say the goal is to support continued revitalization and improve public safety. On Tuesday, City Council will take up a proposed ordinance that would require owners of vacant downtown properties to register those buildings with the city, pay an annual registration fee, and meet stricter security and maintenance standards. We're told money generated from registrations would be used to support blight remediation and redevelopment downtown. We have more details about this on our website, fox10tv.com. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeart radio station.
Could Auburn head basketball coach Bruce Pearl be running for Senate? Since Senator Tommy Tuberville announced he's vacating his seat to run for governor of Alabama in May, some outlets started looking for who could take his place, with many saying Pearl is an interesting choice. Tigers head basketball coach responding while attending Mike Sly Foundation's Blue Shoe Ball.
You know what? I've not answered the question because I've never announced I was running for Senate, have I? So how do you answer the question whether you are or whether you aren't? Because I've never said I was.
A warning to parents about a group that's targeting kids. The 764 group is online seeking out children playing video games. Helena Police Detective Jason Davis.
They use Roblox, Fortnite, games similar to that nature to befriend other kids.
Once there's a connection, the group tries to get children to harm themselves or animals. He offers this advice for parents.
Be involved with your kids more and more. See what games they're playing, how they're interacting on those games, checking their social media, checking their websites that they're going through.
Helena police investigated a report about the group but say there's no active threat. Alabama football fans attending Saturday's home opener should expect to see better Wi-Fi service. University's Nick Friends.
The athletic department has undergone some major facility upgrades with the Wi-Fi in the stadium, and so they're doing kind of a soft rollout for games 1 and 2 just to work the bugs out, anything that might come up.
Fans have long complained about slow Wi-Fi service at Bryant-Denny. I'm Angie Norfell.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Fox News, I'm John Saucier. President Trump signing an executive order calling for the renaming of the Department of Defense back to its original name, the Department of War. He says it took a lot of consideration.
We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
The change has to be approved by Congress. New York City Mayor Eric Adams spoke today, announcing he would not be dropping out of the mayoral race despite pressure from wealthy donors and even the White House. Adams had some thoughts about his competition.
I have 2 spoiled brats running for mayor. They were born with silver spoons in their mouths, not like working class New Yorkers. I'm a working class New Yorker. They are not like us.
Democratic nominee Zoran Mamdani leads in the polls. America's listening to Fox News.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking at the Uncle Henry Show here on YouTube. Going to be back on the radio here in about 90 seconds. Hello to Sharon of Fairhope. Chuck Greer with some excellent comments. KP of shirtbutter.com. Cindy Phillips, thank you for looking in. The Shadow Milk Cookie Jester. I hope there's not a double meaning of whatever that is. I don't know what a shadow milk. I'm uncomfortable because I don't know what it means. Rebecca Lockwood. Thank you all. Yeah, the sauce man, the Fox anchor, John Saucier, he loved saying the Department of War. He got a kick out of it. All right, back on the radio in less than 30 seconds. I got a whole bunch of junk to talk about and a caller waiting and voicemails that must be attended to.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM. It is 5:35. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Now, before I get into any of the Big Creek Lake stuff or anything else, I do have a caller waiting. Hello, caller.
Hey, Uncle Henry, how you doing?
Snake Trapper. Snake Trapper, you are live on the radio.
Uncle Henry, them last two callers, man, was 100% spot on. I mean, when a woman tells you she don't want you to get her nothing, that means she don't want you to go out and buy no expensive diamond rings or no slippers or earrings or even a muumuu. But Uncle Henry, it definitely doesn't mean do nothing. Like that gentleman said, the thing to do would be to take her to one of her favorite restaurants, and that morning, as early as you can, have her a nice bouquet of flowers, preferably, you know, ones the kind that she likes. And in them flowers, have a little free honeydew card in there, Uncle Henry. And for them folks out there that don't know what that is, it's a little card that for a set time, maybe over the next month or so, she can come to you and say, honey, do this. And you have to do it regardless of what it is, whether it's to beat somebody up or to plant bushes or maybe even snuggle with her all night.
Wait a second. Now, has your wife told you during your marriage to go beat someone up? Is this something that has happened in your marriage where your wife says, oh, you know, what I want for my birthday is you go down 3 houses down and knock this guy's block off?
Uncle Henry, she has never wanted me to do that, but she's definitely used it to snuggle all night. But no, I don't think she'd want me to assault anybody.
Okay.
But the gist is you can't tell her no. Whatever she wants to use that honeydew card on, you know, you got to do it. I mean, that's part of it, and it just shows her that you're willing to do whatever it takes and stand behind your honeydew card. So it's a good idea. Wives love honeydew cards.
Okay, well, thank you. Now, Snake Trapper, this is something I'd not thought of, so thank you for that. You've added to the excellent advice I've already received.
Yes, sir. I mean, I try to be careful when I give mine honeydew cards, Uncle Henry, but one thing I do know, probably about our 3rd year of marriage, for her birthday, I got her a Mossberg 500A shotgun, and that didn't go too well, Uncle Henry. So
it didn't?
I had to No, sir, she didn't. She didn't like the shotgun, and I still have that shotgun today. And she's never hunted with it or has ever fired it. So, but yeah, man, the honeydew card and a bouquet of flowers and taking her to a restaurant, Uncle Henry. Man, I'm telling you, she will love that.
All right. Well, Snake Trapper, God bless you. Thank you for the wonderful advice.
Yes, sir, buddy. You take care.
All right, there he goes, the Snake Trapper. A honeydew card where he gives the example of me beating someone up for her. There's more to this. He said that didn't happen, but there's more to this. So we'll have to examine that in future Snake Trapper calls. Now, I mentioned that there were a few developments in the Big Creek Lake thing going on today. Now, Tuesday at the Mobile City Council meeting, I was surprised when a couple of the city council members decided that they wanted to give their opinions on Big Creek Lake and the fight going on at Big Creek Lake. Both of the council members will not be there for the next term. One of them decided not to run again, and the other one got whooped in the election. Now, Joel Daves, I won't play all of his remarks for you again, but he said he wanted all Mobilians to know, in case you didn't see those remarks of Joel Daves, he wanted everybody, all the Mobilians to know that if Big Creek Lake has problems caused by citizens boating on it, that all of the customers of Moss are going to have to pay higher prices for their water. And he said that we need to keep our eye on Big Creek Lake, and that you need to be keeping your eye on any of the politicians that are taking up the side of the people that want to boat on Big Creek Lake. That was what Joel Daves was saying in his remarks. And then William Carroll jumped in to suggest that it be annexed.
Well, I didn't expect to hear that today, but I wholeheartedly agree. There is no other municipality around that has the resources to clean up the lake if something goes wrong. I think that's what he's trying to tell you.
I don't think that is what he was selling.
Are going to be the ones who carry the burden if we have to clean up the lake. I can really say what I want to say now.
He can say what he wants to say now because he got whooped in the election.
If it needs be, the city of Mobile needs to annex all the way out and take that lake, and we need to be responsible for it, because it seems like nobody else truly really wants to be responsible for it in a manner that it needs to be taken care of.
All right, so that is the city councilman William Carroll talking about we need to go out and we need to look at annexing Big Creek Lake. So this morning, Connie Hudson, the county commissioner, not going to be mayor, not yet anyway, but the county commissioner, Connie Hudson, released a statement today, reads as follows. As the elected representative from Mobile County Commission District 2, I stand firm in opposition to any proposed annexation attempts of Big Creek Lake and the contiguous 9,000 acres surrounding the lake property by the city of Mobile without the consent of the affected property owners. Recent comments by representatives on the Mobile City Council regarding a potential Big Creek Lake annexation attempt, alongside past annexation efforts supported by Moss and the city of Mobile, have reignited deep concerns among my constituents. I've heard directly from residents in the Tanner, Williams, and Sims area communities who voiced strong opposition to such efforts and the fear of land use changes without local input. These communities have made it clear they do not wish to be absorbed into the city of Mobile, nor do they support the annexation of Big Creek Lake and adjacent property. West Mobile County is home to several rural communities that value independence, access to natural resources, and strong community bonds. The residents of these areas deserve a voice in determining the future of their homes and land. It's imperative that any actions considered regarding Big Creek Lake annexation respect the voices and rights of those who live in and around the area and do not circumvent the democratic will of the people. I urge the city of Mobile and Moss to reconsider any annexation plans and engage in open dialogue with county residents and officials. The preservation of our communities, the protection of our natural resources, and the respect for local governance must remain paramount. And that was from County Commissioner Connie Hudson. And then Lanyap reporting that somebody wanted to speak to the Mobile City Council next week about this, and they have been told that they will not be allowed to talk to the City Council about this. Matthew Frazier, who I think who ran for Mobile City Council, District 6, Matthew Frazier tried to sign up to appear at the council meeting next week to respond to what William Carroll and Joel Daves said, and the city clerk's office said, no, you cannot. He is not allowed to speak at the council meeting, stating that the topic didn't qualify as official city business. Now, they talked about it. I mean, it's not on the agenda, but you had one city councilman go out of his way to criticize what was going on out there, telling Mobilians they needed to keep their eye on it, and criticized other politicians. Then the other council member jumps in and says, you know what, maybe we need to consider annexing. But now you can't go and talk about that? All right, well, this issue will continue to be aflame.
Watch for a crash Navarre Parkway at Thresher Drive. Slow on Highway 59 south from I-10 to Gulf Shores, 49-minute drive. On I-110 to Pensacola Beach, it's a 13-minute drive. I'm Lisa Baque. Follow us on X, Total Traffic Gulf Coast.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking in on YouTube. Going to be back on the radio coming up here in just a few minutes with more, a little bit more in this hour. I got a couple of voicemails I want to get to. Time permitting. Let me see. Let me bring up YouTube again and see if anybody is watching. And yeah, there's still a small number of you looking in. Thank you for looking in. All right, let's see. What can I tell you about? By the way, thank you, those of you that are looking in on YouTube. I appreciate that. Now, let me see. What can I tell you about before going back on the radio? Let me go back to the weird news file. A Japanese woman in her 80s has fallen victim to a scammer. The scammer pretended to be an astronaut. Yes. The man told her that he was an astronaut and he needed financial help to avert a spaceship crisis. And the woman sent him the equivalent of $6,700 so he could supposedly buy oxygen for his spaceship. All right, no word on whether or not this guy was caught. I don't know if this astronaut is scamming others. Or maybe there's really an astronaut that needs help and they're keeping it a secret from us. Who knows? All right, what else can I tell you about? All right, there is an Australian company that is working on lab-grown meat and they are trying to cultivate meat that would be woolly mammoth meat. They're trying to recreate woolly mammoth as something we could eat. Now, if somebody told you, I've created a lab-grown meat and it's woolly mammoth meat, how would you know they were telling you the truth? None of us know what woolly mammoth tastes like. You could probably serve them chicken and say it's woolly mammoth meat, but it tastes like chicken. This sounds like a scam. Maybe this is the same person that scammed the lady in Japan out of $6,000. All right, let us see. Another story out of Japan. They have a Japanese company that lets you rent people who look scary. And this is to help you as their customer resolve disputes by renting a scary-looking person to go with you to confront whoever you're having an argument with.
Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeartRadio station.
It says the Uncle Henry Show. It is 5:50. We have news headlines coming up in 10 minutes. Let's see, before we get to the news headlines, I got some voicemail. I want to make sure that I have time to play some of these voicemails. Let's see, I got one on the Big Creek Lake topic from Buford.
Henry, this here's Buford. Henry, reviewing the podcast and talking about the Big Creek Lake situation. Joe Davis is absolutely correct. I don't believe there needs to be no boating out there on Big Creek Lake.
All right, Buford does not want you boating on Big Creek Lake.
Bringing in all kinds of invasive species, and I mean, that's for drinking water. But Henry, I find it interesting that the council has mentioned annexing that area. Henry, I was talking to a retired politician from out that way that is still very well connected. And he was telling me that either the city of Mobile has bought or they're planning to buy a couple thousand acres around Big Creek Lake. Now, what in the world does the city of Mobile want to do that for? Henry, I guarantee you there are some shenanigans afoot concerning Big Creek Lake being perpetrated by the city of Mobile. We need to closely monitor that situation. Anyway, you have a good day.
All right, Buford, we will. I think everybody's closely monitoring it now. All right, let's see. More voicemail I want to make sure I get to. There is an Alabama Crimson Tide game this weekend, Roll Tide Roll. I received a message about this from Johnny Gwynn.
Uncle Henry, it's Johnny Gwynn. I've been thinking about the Alabama ULM game this weekend.
Yes.
I'm getting 2023 USF game vibes. Where the team looks sluggish still, don't have their act together, and in the lexicon of LD the Mad Trucker, I laid some serious clams on ULM covering. So just putting that out there. I hope I'm way wrong, even if I lose a large amount of clams. And then I'm worried about my friend Bama Big Man. This season's going to be tough. But hope for the best. And But I hope Tide takes care of business. But like I said, if it doesn't happen, I'm gonna be all right. All right, you have a good one.
All right, Johnny Gwynn. That almost sounded like Johnny Gwynn calling in for therapy. Yes, Johnny. If Alabama does lose, you'll be all right. We'll all be all right. It'll stink, and we won't like it. It'll be all right. All right, let's see. Back to the voicemail.
Roll Tide, Unc. Sitting out here on the front porch at noon, 44 minutes past noon, enjoying this lovely 90-degree weather with the fan blowing, putting a little bit of breeze across me. I think I'm going to get up here directly and go to Walmart and need a few dry goods. Mama ran out of rice, and that's never a good sign. Did you watch the football last night?
I did not.
The Philadelphia Eagles beat the Dallas Cowgirls. Philadelphia's got about, I don't know, pretty near a dozen Alabama guys on their team. Was glad to see that. Made me long for the days of when Nick Saban was the coach, but I digress. At tickets to tomorrow night's game, I let number one and his bride have them. They're going to travel up to Tuscaloosa. Like you said, that 6:45, that's a pretty late kick. Problem with going up to one that late is the dad blame hotels. They want to charge you an arm and both legs to stay in one.
Yes.
During the football season. And I just don't think I'm up for coming home at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and then getting back up a couple hours later and going to church. I expect I might fall asleep during the sermon, if you know what I mean. But that's why I got the big screen television to hear my lazy boy recliner. Enjoy every minute of it. Roll, Tide, roll.
Roll, Tide, roll. 68-year-old Chris, I hope you enjoy the game in the recliner. If you're not going to the game, inside a lazy boy recliner is a wonderful way to enjoy the Crimson Tide. Now, I'm almost out of time. Somebody phoned this in right to my voicemail as the show was starting.
Roll, Tide, roll, 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 Tide. Roll, Tide, roll, roll, Tide, roll. Roll, Tide, roll, roll, Tide, roll.
All right, I've had enough of that. Please don't. All right, never mind. I could spend about an hour screaming about that. I'm going to just let it go. Back with more after the news break as the Uncle Henry Show continues on this lovely Friday.
Get on board. The water is open. It's time to go boating and fish.
YouTube viewers, thank you for looking. I'm turning off the camera. There's more show on News Radio 710 WNTM. I will be back with you on YouTube Monday. Have a wonderful weekend.
Board. Find out where to get on board near you. Visit Take Me Fishing and Discover Boating to learn more. And please recreate responsibly.
Get on board. Get on board. Clay Travis says he hates murder. Solidly anti-murder. That was actually their headline. Everybody in America should say, hey, I'll sign on to that.